Well, I thought I'd make a video on replacing my entry light. This is my entry light. It no longer works. It's got a photocell, and it's LED. It's a tiny little chip inside there. Well, several of them. Anyway, I was surprised when I went to change the light bulb and there wasn't one. So I'm going to show you what's involved in changing the light. This is my new one. It's LED. There's the numbers if you need them. You can take a screenshot. I hope this is bright enough. I just need something to light up the entryway so when you walk in and walk out. I got this off of Walmart, Amazon. It's pretty reasonable. Now, to take my old one off, there's these two small nuts that go onto these two bolts. Oops, there. Let me back this out. You go onto those two bolts. Those go into those holes. So you take the nuts off, then that comes off. There were 3 wire nuts holding the wires on. The white wire, the black wire, and this little stubby one back here is the ground wire. So now I'll show you the new light. Now, this is the new light. Of course, it's made in China, like everything. It's going to be a little more low profile, so the door won't smack it like the old one did. Now, according to the instructions, you have to take out the diffuser mounting screws. It says remove reflector by loosening reflector screws enough to allow reflector to slide upward. No, don't remove them completely. Once the 2 screws slide into the key slots, the reflector will release. Wow. I guess it pays to read them twice. So, if you look at the back of it, get a light here. If you look at the back, nope, sorry. My bad. Look at the front of it. It's got 6 screws, 3 on each side, and they're Phillips. So I got my Phillips drill out here. I'm going to go out here and loosen those screws, and I will pause this for a second, and we'll see what happens. Well, the instructions are a little confusing, but you take out the 6 screws, loosen them completely, the cover comes off, and then you're left with this. Now, they do include a gasket, which, here it is, and some wire nuts. This sits on the back of the panel there. It's supposed to make it watertight, but in my case, I don't even need it because I'm not going on flat siding. Now this, you can see all the little dents and grooves. It has a lot of variety for how you can mount it. In my case, I'm assuming I'm going to need those 2 holes with the bolts to go through. But those don't look like they're going to work. So I'll have to find 2 of these screws, holes, that line up with mine, and I guess you pop them out. Maybe you have to drill them out. Well, they don't make it very clear. Let's see. Pull the house, get the wires through the hole. That'll be this hole. Secure it to the junction box with the mounting screws. Yeah. I think the biggest problem for me is just going to be finding 2 holes that will line up with that. And they sure didn't give me much for a grounding wire, so hopefully there's more back in behind there. Otherwise, I may have to wire nut a small piece of wire on there so that I can attach it to the grounding screw. Let me investigate this further. Well, I definitely don't like their instructions. They say just to mount it with the 2 mounting screws, but as you can see, there's a lot of places here that could be a mounting screw. And on mine, if I go to this hole and the second hole, that's 3 inches, and that would work. That's going to involve loosening this screw so I can rotate this so it'll fit those holes. But this is made out of metal, so you can't just pop a hole through it. So I'm going to have to go get a drill bit and a different drill and drill a hole in there so I can mount it properly. Boy, so much for instructions. If you don't know what you're doing, you'd just be lost. Well, what I ended up doing is taking off the mounting bracket that you normally put a light on. I drilled 2 more holes, one up here and one up here. And I'm going to pull the wires through, and then I'm just going to put a drywall screw in here and here. They're galvanized. I don't have to worry about rust here anyway. I live in Washington, it's dry, and it's under the eave. So, let me get the wires through there, get the screws in, and we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I got the 2 mounting screws in. One there, one there. I hooked the black wire to the black, white to the white, and this green and yellow one to my ground wire. Now, and it looks like it's pretty straight, I'll put the diffuser back on. Now I'm going to take the screws out of this diffuser so they don't fall off, because I got all these cracks in my porch. I don't want to lose them. So I'll take those out over here on the concrete, then I'll put them in one at a time. And then we'll see later on tonight how the light works. Maybe I'll post another video later and add it onto this one. Thanks for watching. I thought it was going to go smoother than this, but it's not that big a deal. I just had to get out my other drill and a little bit bigger than an 1/8 inch drill bit. And you could do this with a hand drill, but I mean a screwdriver. I brought mine out just in case, but I used a power drill and a screwdriver bit to make it faster. But now when the door opens, well, right now it hits this chair, but it used to hit, if it didn't hit the chair, it hit the light, so which is why the chair is kind of where it's at. So now we won't have to worry about breaking the light or smashing the glass in the door. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody that's trying to put in a light, doesn't know what they're doing. It's really not that bad. It just required a few more tools than I thought I was going to. Thanks for watching. Well, it's working. I like the amount of light it puts out. It's a lot brighter than these 2 on the front. They used to be the 2 bright ones. That other one is a replacement when one of them burned out. It didn't last too long, a couple years. But this one works really well. I was waiting for it to come on, and then I remembered I forgot to turn the light switch back on. When you wire your light, turn the light switch off so you don't get zapped. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'll try to remember to put a link to the light from Amazon in case you want something like that. It brightens up the entryway really well.